It's just the end of week 1. The dust is settling, but the sprint has started. Leading up to this video, when I talked about it last time, I was talking about how it felt being here. How it felt after the first day being overwhelmed with everything, how it felt a week before medical school when I didn't know what to do and I was taking it slow over the summer so I can prepare myself for medical school. But the truth is, like everyone said on the internet, there is nothing that really can prepare you for medical school, so you should take it easy. The workload has increased drastically. I am still trying to figure out how to manage my ADHD. I am unmedicated, so I may look into medications or other forms of therapy through my school, since my schools offer that, and see what I can do to help myself and accommodate myself. So here we are today, after week 1, and I want to just lay upon you what I've learned and reflect on the past week to answer the questions that past me wanted answers for, which hopefully can help somebody that is right now waiting for medical school to start or is starting medical school next year. I wished I could vlog more for you guys, but it was hectic. I didn't know what I was doing the whole week. It's really hard. I've not really been sticking to my video schedules, which I promise I'll try to figure out. It's just that I have a lot of work to do. My schedule is stacked. I've been studying since 8 a.m. this morning by going to school. So let me talk about it. Okay, so first of all, everybody wants to know, how's lectures? How is everything like that? Are the professors actually grueling? Everything's gonna be fine. It is exactly like undergrad. There are professors that you're gonna love and there are professors that you're just gonna be like, what the fuck are you saying? That's exactly how undergrad went, and it's gonna be exactly how medical school is. I go to a medical school that has in-home exams, so going to lectures is very important because they are in-home exams, so the professors are writing them. So I need to know what they're writing. Obviously, they are trying to lean more into board style questions just to prepare us, but I don't really care awfully enough. I know a lot of people care about their school being able to accommodate for boards and stuff, which I totally understand. But for me, I'm someone that takes one step at a time. And I think with ADHD, that's the best approach you can have because life gets hard and it gets extra hard for us. Not only that, but we live in the moment. We do live in the moment. So we need to be able to plan, flexible enough, but rigid enough to do the things that we have to do. So yeah, it's gonna be undergrad again, but with a larger volume. Okay, so a lot of people say this. They're like, you need to drink from a water hose or whatever, eat the pancake thing like 10 times. I don't know what they keep saying, but they kept saying something, okay? I just remember that because I was like, what the hell are you talking about? The good thing about my school is that they are connecting us to my M2s, which I'm pretty sure all schools do that. So we are getting advice. But another thing that you have to know is that you're gonna know what you're gonna know. And that's it. You're gonna know what works for you, or you're gonna know what doesn't work for you. Whatever is on the internet is nothing. Yes, you can hear the types of advice, try it and see if it works for you, but it's nothing. It doesn't really truly matter. So yeah, take the M2 advice with a grain of salt. Forget about boards. Don't think about day 1 about boards. Like, why are you thinking about boards when you didn't even learn anatomy yet? So just take the day by day. That's my advice. I understand trying to look into the future, and it's always nice to do so. You need to remember your why. You need to know why you're doing this, because some days you're gonna wake up and be like, I could have picked any other career in my life. For me, it's economics. Like, I have my bachelor in economics and I'm like, I could have been an economist. Like, what the hell am I doing? But the truth is, my passion for medicine, my love for being a doctor is the reason I'm here. So you're gonna wake up some days being like, what the hell's going on? So you need to be able to take the day by day. It is gonna be a lot. Yes, it's gonna sometimes feel like you are actually drinking from a water hose or whatever. My point is, you're gonna learn how to handle it better. If you, as they say, if you eat 10 pancakes every day, at one point your body is gonna grow with you and is gonna be able to accommodate those 10 pancakes. So you just have to learn with time and make structures. Something I learned is scheduling. I am not a big scheduler. I've never been a big scheduler, but I started scheduling, and that's due to my academic advisor telling me or helping me to do so. One thing I've been doing is scheduling every just week rather than trying to schedule out everything. My brain needs the flexibility. yeah, I schedule my sleep, I schedule my classes and what I'm studying. That's it. For lunch, I know when lunch is because I'm at school. For dinner, it's kind of depends on the day. And yes, I sometimes meal prep, sometimes not. But what I've learned about myself is I need to keep that flexibility. The flexibility is a part of who I am and a part of keeping me very comfortable. So I need to be flexible, especially with some things that don't matter as much. So it's not like studying. And yeah, you're gonna see one of my eyes twitching. It's fine. Apparently, it's very common for medical students to end up having their eyes twitching, just out of distress. And yeah, I know it's just been a week. I'm already deteriorating, but it's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Another answer, we're gonna learn how to accommodate and we're gonna move on. Another thing is, what did I set up as my system for medical school? Yes, I've gotten some things that worked in the past and brought it, like Anki. I did Anki. I felt like I didn't know anything. Anki is really, you're not gonna be that confident with yourself doing Anki because you're trying to force yourself to memorize stuff and see stuff again and again and again, and you don't have to memorize the card the first time you see it. I hate it when people think that you have to do that. I have hit again 10 times on some cards. It's fine. You're gonna see it again and again and again and again, and that's fine. Yes, that's why also practice questions, because that's where you actually test what you know. Questions are very different than pure memorization. Yes, you may know something, it's right there in your back of your mind, but you can't retrieve it during that moment. That's why with Anki, you just have to know how to use it. I just do my cards like normal. I don't overthink it when I have to do it again and again and again. I just put my reps in, put the time in, and that's all that matters. What I didn't take with me from the past is my whiteboards. I switched it with notebooks. It's just more accommodating to be able to write on a notebook rather than just pull my whiteboard around everywhere. I still have my whiteboard. I will probably use it for some things, but other things it's just not possible to use because you don't have that much time to be able to use them. So just trying to force yourself to use the 3 billion resources that you have is just not sustainable. So I'm just keeping it there. When I need it back, it's right there. I can retrieve it whenever I need to retrieve it. Another thing I am doing is I'm pre-studying. I never pre-studied during undergrad, and that's because I never really needed to. To be honest, I could have crammed and I would still do fine during undergrad, but medical school is a little bit different. What most students work with is a pass number, so how many passes you pass over a lecture. I'm doing the same thing. I'm using a 4-pass system, which is pre-study, lecture. I go to lecture in person. That's the only way I can keep my brain in the moment, which is another thing I wanted to mention. Learn yourself. Learn if you could do in person or if you do it over Zoom. Learn what actually works for you rather than trying to just copy everybody else, because it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So yeah, as I said, 4-pass. I have my pre-study, my lecture, my Anki/lecture slides, because I do look back at the lecture slides just to make sure that the Anki has everything, because I'm using hand-me-down decks. I'm not making my own Anki decks. Nope. You think I have the dopamine to do that? Nope. I don't have the attention span. I definitely don't. And for my last pass is practice questions. I schedule these out 2 days apart. So 2 days before the lecture, I'm doing the pre-studying. 2 days after the lecture, I'm doing the post-studying, which is my Anki. And the weekends are just practice questions other than what I have for other days. Another trick that I learned is have a chunk of time blocked off for stuff that you didn't do or what did you not do during the week, and just move it there. Sometimes you're gonna study slower for the time allocated. Sometimes you're gonna study faster. And you have to be able to move stuff around and be flexible enough to do that so you can actually get to everything. Also remember, this is my first week. I'm only throwing information. It's probably gonna change down the line. I'm just telling you what is working. I have my exam in a week and a half. Yes, exams start like 2 weeks after school, but medical school, great. And yeah, you're gonna have to get used to exam being thrown at you every week. You're gonna study every week. You're gonna take an exam every Monday, feel great, and the next weekend you're like, oh my god, I have an exam. But that's why we do the 4-pass system. That's why we do that, because you need to be able to keep up with the materials, because you are, as I said, you are responsible for everything that you've learned. And not only that, but you are also responsible for all the information beforehand. And after that exam, you have another one, so you cannot be behind. That's why I don't really have an intensive, only only one subject day because it's not sustainable. You need to be able to stay with the times and not just cram. I'm thankful but that my school is not that punishing with failures, just because sometimes you do need to fail, and that is okay. Half of the class of last year failed one exam, and they all ended up being second years. I'm not sure if it's exactly half, but I know that's some sort of the statistics, and see, it's fine. A lot of people remediate a class, and it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Sometimes things happen all the time. Have you seen the world? Like, I've gotten news the last couple of days and I was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, there's a lot of things happening everywhere, and it is a lot for me to take, and being able to just roll with the punches is another thing with medical school that I've realized. You don't have the time to just be you. You do need to schedule those time. Another thing, yes, always put some self-recreation thing in your calendar because you do need to relax. My relaxing is you guys, or playing games, or just watching FNAF videos. I don't know, it depends on the week. But you need to be able to just do the things that you have to do regardless of whatever is going on. We work so hard for this. I've worked so hard for this. And whatever somebody does, whatever something happens, I cannot let that affect me because I've worked so hard for this. And if I let something that is so stupid affect me, I'm gonna regret it for the rest of my life. Yeah, I need to just not regret it and just do what I have to do and do what you could do. Yes, it's gonna be a lot. Medical school is a lot. I was expecting it though. I've heard enough to know how a lot it is. I knew that I'm gonna be studying every day, even though I don't enjoy it. Listen, you don't have to be a studier. You don't have to love studying to go into medicine. I definitely do not love studying. Yes, I find moments where I am enjoying it, but most of the time it's just a chore that I have to do. It's like everything else. It's just something that you have to do, and you just have to roll with the punches. That's all you have to do. So what I've learned, or my biggest takeaway, is escape the bubble. Escape the bubble of medical school. Go somewhere. Enjoy your life. I've been trying restaurants around the area. I do study while I'm at the restaurant somewhat. I wouldn't say I'm like that productive, but yeah, enjoy it. Do something for yourself. I went to a Japanese restaurant. It's been a while since I went to a Japanese restaurant, and I tried nigiri. The best nigiri I've tried in my life. If you want that restaurant recommendation and you're in the Tampa area, you can just DM me and I'll tell you the restaurant, but I don't want to put it out there just because, you know, just weird people. So it was great. I loved the nigiri. It was amazing. And yeah, do that. Escape the bubble once in a while. Another thing I learned is that you're gonna need people around you. So meet those friends the first week. Everybody wants to make friends. A lot of people didn't live here. A lot of people never were here. A lot of people came from probably somewhere that you came from. I found people, other people that are from the UCs, and as a UC graduate, and I'm like, great, awesome. Like, they're right there. So find your people and find the people that live in the same apartment complex. I definitely, other students would be in the same apartment complex as you and study together. Just find your group, find your people. Don't take stuff personally because it's not worth it. It's not worth it to take anything personally because everybody is as stressed as you and everybody doesn't know. At least throughout the week, my filter has been disappearing. So I've been saying unhinged things like, yeah, Kuro is the cannibalism disease. And my professor looked at me like I was crazy. But hey, you mentioned Kuro. Of course, I'm gonna say that you can't eat the brain, but you can eat everything else. That's normal behavior. Like, I'm just stating facts. But you know what I mean? You're gonna get tired and some of the filters are gonna go off. Some of the things that you're gonna do. Some of the things that people are gonna say and you're like, okay. You're not forced to do anything. You don't have to choose the same specialty as everybody else. You don't have to choose a competitive specialty. You do not have to do anything like other people are doing. I have gotten a lot of comments that I don't know how I feel about just because it's not something I would consider. I'm different. I lived a different life than a lot of people. And some people seem to forget that. They seem to forget that my experience with life is not the same experience as theirs. And you're gonna meet those people. Medical school is high school, as I always say. So get ready for the drama. Okay, don't be involved in the drama, just watch it, you know? You need to find find something funny once in a while, and that could be what your classmates are doing. I'm just kidding. Anyways, but I know there is gonna be a bright future. I know there are gonna be a lot of hard videos that I'm gonna make in the future where I think my life is ending, or there were gonna be me over the moon, when I don't know, because it's just been the first week. So if I'm gonna tell you one thing to know about your first week in medical school, is gonna be an unbelievable experience. You're gonna have good and bad, but that's how you know if something is good. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. If you did, you can watch my last video on my first day of medical school and how I felt after that day. Another thing is, I am always gonna be an ambitious person, and I'm gonna remind myself that it is okay to be ambitious, and it's okay to have a goal and to set that goal and to go for it, even if people think that you're weird. And that's exactly what I'm gonna tell to you. The only thing that you don't do is hurt somebody else for your sake. So just don't do that and you're fine. Do whatever you have to do. If you have to study 3 times more than everybody else, then do that. If you can't do that, then don't do that. You don't have to be like anybody else. You just have to be you. Be as ambitious as you want. Be as not ambitious as you want. It doesn't matter. It is your life first and foremost, and you're gonna feel a lot of pressure to conform, but you don't have to conform. You just have to be. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, and see you next time. Bye bye.